Hey everybody, thanks for coming out. I'm just getting set up, getting my art program booted up. Real excited to just start this Sunday. Thanks for coming out. I'm just getting set up, getting my art program. Hope everyone's Sunday was going good. I know me, it just got really, really rainy towards the end, but it's not too bad. Traffic got a little rough, but got home okay. Had me some delicious dinner, hung out for a little bit in a new apartment, so lots of cool, exciting stuff changing up everywhere. Got new furniture this week. My girlfriend built it. She's super cool like that. We're gonna just start with some warm up sketches here. I have a couple of ideas I've been wanting to work on. So if you guys want to go ahead and request for an emoji of some sort, you can go ahead and cue that up and I can work that into my warm up routine. Not a problem. So go ahead and pop something in chat if you want to have something done tonight. Like I said, it's all about you guys. It's free for followers. So let's go ahead and get some sketching going here. I'm using Sai again tonight. It's like my go-to program. I kind of love it. It's very flexible. It's great for sketching. The stabilizer on it is really responsive. Let's see. Just getting everything adjusted so I can see. Of course, I get this going and the tablet doesn't want to respond. Let me see if I have it turned on. Because sometimes I turn it off. There we go. This should be good. All right. So I've been thinking about expanding more on my Demonette series, which is hey, thanks for the follow, Derpy Muffins. Real appreciate that. Super stoked. Just getting started with a little bit of sketching and everything. Hope everything's going good with the crazy ESO weekend for you. Yay, panda hearts all around. Let's see. Sometimes I have to reset my tablet a couple times just because it's grumpy with Sai. So let me see. Do apologize for the delay of the startup. Win the what now? So there's a giveaway in my description. You can read more about that. I have several giveaways coming up with the channel based off of channel benchmarks actually. So that would be down there. I'll be getting a bot here soon. I just haven't had time to set one up. I'll probably set one up on my days off, which are really random days to say the least. I get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. Oh, that's fine, Tank and Dat. I understand. I'm just being super exacto, so. Okay, let's see what's going on with the tablet. Okay, everything looks good there. It's left-handed. That's good. Okay, perfect. Now that this is working good, then we should be able just to go into Sai. I might have to restart Sai. No, don't save it. As soon as I get this going, I could be able to do the warm-up and take any emoji quests. So normally I have this done beforehand, but I was a little delayed in traffic today, so like my normal get home and unwind routine was a little interrupted, but that's okay. The rain definitely made it a real pain in the butt. So Don't know why it's not letting me use Psy today. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Perfect. Because I had just to open something up. Oh well. Technology, it's great like that. But we got it going. Thanks, Derpy. You have a good stream too. Let's see. So yeah, so I have this series that I have called like the Demon Sodomy. And it's basically just a way for me to vent a lot of emotions that I work with. And that's where like all like the iconography that I have on the channel is the demonette. So I was thinking about expanding more because like the first 3 pictures I've done with it kind of tell a story of like a rise and fall kind of character. So this would just be expanding on, I guess, the lore of that. If you want to say it's like that. It's kind of like a non-comic booky story thing. I do have a comic book in the back burner, but I don't like streaming that when I'm working on it, just because I like to keep it hush-hush, and I want to have like a more finished product before I start showing it off. But I don't mind this, just because like I already have like a few pieces of it out. So the demonette is super easy to draw because he's pretty featureless. So let's see, I'm gonna have to transform this. Thanks for the follow. Super appreciate that. Brings us one step closer. I stream usually about 3 hours a night. I'm going to be adjusting my schedule here soon. But my new schedule is going to be, of course, I'm going to keep Sundays. And then I'm going to do Thursdays and Fridays, maybe Saturdays if I feel good, but probably not, just because Saturdays I like to play Shadowrun with my friends, and then on Tuesdays I play Dungeons and Dragons. We do that online with Discord and Roll20. It's kind of fun. It's like what we used to do in high school. Only my dad's actually DMing it, which is a new experience for me. My dad is retired military, so he was like never really around to do stuff with us, except for like, you know, when he was around, which wasn't very much. So it's kind of like vague memories of stuff, but it was always good. Like we always did like camping vacations and stuff like that, which was always cool. So it's nice to like just do like more mundane things with him now that I'm older. And D&D was always like a big deal for us because he actually introduced us to D&D and video games in general. I remember being really, really young, sitting there on watching him play the very first Diablo. I remember that game would drive my mom nuts because he was a clicker who'd just sit there and spam clicking with he played like, I think, some kind of like thiefy character. I don't remember the original Diablo classes, so it's a bit of a mystery for me. I remember he played a fire dude too, but he mostly played girl characters, because even now, like when we played Diablo 2, that's when I got big into Diablo. I played an assassin, he played a boson, and my brother played a barbar. So that was fun. Now, they play mostly on Xbox now, so they don't really keep their PCs don't keep up with like newer games. So if they tried to play Diablo 3, they would explode. So, which is not cool at all. Which me and Juno play the new Diablo. We got it when it was on the anniversary sale, so super cheap. Beat it in like a weekend and some change for the main storyline, and then the DLC. Of course, it's one of those games that you play mostly for replay ability. I can't get into the seasons, but I know it's really fun to watch people speedrun it, especially with like different class combinations, and of course playing at like the higher tiers. I have fun with that sometimes. Anybody playing anything interesting or good these days themselves? Love to hear about it in chat. Again, this is a free Moji Sunday, so if you do want to have an emote made, like maybe you have a Discord server of your own, or you have like Discord, the paid service, or you're an up-and-coming streamer yourself. Oh yeah, it's all about the Elder Scrolls. Super stoked about the new Elder Scrolls that's coming out for the whole 30 seconds of the clip. Mods and mods, yes. I'm trying to get back into playing Skyrim just because I have the special edition. I never really played it, Skyrim, when it first came out a lot, just because like I was super busy with other games. I was more into indie games at the time, like playing like Dreamfall, Longest Journey, and stuff like that. But now I'm thinking I need something like that I can just fall into and find my own rhythm for, so that might be cool. Also, I have no idea what I'm drawing. I guess he's holding a weapon now, so that's cool. I'm not very good with weapons, so we're gonna have to adjust it as we go along. So if you know any really good Skyrim mods that can be used on the special edition, you can send me a tell. I'll give them a look, because I always like to enhance the games, because that's half the reason why you play a Bethesda game is for mods. I would mod everything out of Fallout 3 to the point where like I walked 3 steps and it blew up, so that was always fun. The Max. Like Max Graphics, or is there a mod called the Max? I'm a little ignorant, I do apologize. 255 files. Wow, that sounds pretty intense. I know one of the reasons why my friend didn't get into the special edition was because a lot of modders weren't going to make mods crossover. I'm pretty sure that's changed since the release, but still, I wonder if there's like a limitation for the mods between special edition remaster versus the original Skyrim. So I'd be curious to see if I'm restricted that way. Let's see. I think we're gonna do like a triumphant pose with this tonight. Okay, that makes sense. Probably just due to the nature that bugs were addressed, as well as the engine was probably tweaked, so it wouldn't be able to compute with like the newer stuff. Well, that's good to know. I wonder if there's going to be maybe like an old rim converter. That would be kind of cool to allow people who have the special edition. Because it looks like there's some really cool mods. Like I was looking at the Oblivion mod. I would get that. Like I know a lot. There's a big following for Morrowind. Yeah, I've only have the special edition for Skyrim, and then I have like Oblivion, and I have Morrowind on my Xbox. So I got into PC gaming around Oblivion. I still have a console system. I just haven't gotten the latest one. You're only as old as you feel you are. That's what I tell myself. I know this year was pretty big a mile marker for my birthday. It's what they call your lucky birthday when you turn the age of the day you were born. That's cool. Yeah, when I grew up, PC gaming was not something we really did too much just because the computers were never like super good that we had. But like dad always played like Rome Total War, Diablo, just like turn based stuff. I would play things like old school Dreamfall. I had a lot of like puzzle games, Myst. I played a lot of Myst when I was younger. But we liked the consoles because we liked playing like the Nintendo games. That was really popular. Yeah, he got into Civ too. He liked more like there was this one like called Might and Magica or something like that. It's really obscure. I haven't seen too many of it. And then there was Lords of the Realm. We played that a lot because you could send custom messages and then you could write whatever you wanted, but then you could also say like click a option to say what the message was. Yeah, Heroes of Might and Magica. That's what he played a lot. Man, that was like elementary school days, middle school days, with that kind of stuff. Oh, that's cool. It's really interesting to see the trend of what's played on console and PC. Like you would think like card games would just be solely for like tablets and phones, but they've been really picking up on like all cross-platform, and it's really good because the accounts stay cross-platform. That's a feature I'd like to see more games do because I like playing Legends. I can play it on my phone when I'm at work, and then my profile's the same if I were at on the PC with it. I don't have to have a separate login. Same thing with Hearthstone. It's translatable across whatever I'm playing it on. But you can definitely tell who's playing on the phone and who's playing on the a PC, PlayStation. Yeah, it's funny because me and my girlfriend are talking about getting a PlayStation, just because it has so many exclusives that you can't get on PC. Because like I know I want Horizon Zero Dawn, and Yakuza 0, and then there's going to be the new Kojima game. So that's like 3 games. Yeah, exactly. The exclusives are really solid, but like Sony as a company is, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about them. I know a lot of people either love or hate them. So my rule of thumb is like, it's the same issue I have with like I guess like Nintendo. It's like their cross-platform compatibility is less than to be desired. Yeah, it's not that inclusive. But you know, That's why you get it, is to play those games, and that's what Nintendo's justification is. But we as a society are all about interconnectivity and essentially bundling. That's why things like Amazon Prime are super popular for video entertainment. And this is where you can tell where I work at. I work for the cable industry, and one of the things that customers are always telling me is like, oh, well, I have Prime streaming. And I'm like, that's cool. So I have to convince them that their Prime streaming isn't that great. And while I have to do that for a living, it's whatever you want to watch, man, you know? Yeah, you don't get access to major networks live unless you pay a little extra premium. But at this point, the networks are moving away, and they're getting smart. They're going on everything, because people are starting to split up, and they want more fish hooks than less fish hooks. No more exclusivity. So cable's getting smart, and you're going to start seeing cable companies come out with original content, just like how Netflix does. So there'll be Spectrum exclusive or Cox exclusive TV shows on their own platforms and everything. And that's going to be what, quote, draws people back to using cable services, especially now that cable services stream just like how like DirecTV and all the other TV apps do, HBO Go and all that. And much like how Amazon Prime gives you access to like HBO for a small premium, cable does that now too. So everybody's doing the same thing basically. It's whatever you want to pay. Be smart savvy, figure out what's going to be best for you. That's all I can really say. Let's see. His face needs to be longer, so we're gonna have to stretch that out before I start putting lines down. So usually what I do with the sketch phase is I just kind of tweak things as I go along, and then I'm gonna put like another layer over that. I know some artists are like a one layer and done deal, and then they just kind of fade things as they go along, and I'm just like, I'd rather just go back over. It adds 10 more minutes to my work, but it allows me to address anatomy issues and stuff like that I'd rather not have to deal with later on. For those of you just joining us, I'm just going through a warm-up sketch right now, but if you have any emoji ideas or anything that you'd like to see, go ahead and pop a request in chat. For those of you who are already following, you guys of course will get priority. I'm willing to try anything and everything at this point in terms of ideas, just as long as it's stream appropriate. So I know some streams probably have some questionable content, but I'd rather not do anything with butts or anything tonight. I'll save that for like an alternative stream or something like that. My friend, she still streams on Picardo, which is it's a different crowd, because it's just a totally art-driven community, which is super cool. And I used to stream there. Yeah, butts are the best. I would agree with that. Like, I'll do safe for work butts, basically. So if we want to do like a butt emoji, it just needs to be kind of tasteful. I just don't want to do like Skinamax levels, you know? Keep it a little clean. At least PG-13, you know? Let's see. Hey, it's all good. A little ribbon here and there ain't too bad. I'll let you know. Apparently I can't draw lines tonight, though. It's all good, though. What is it Bob Ross says? There's no mistakes in art, just happy little accidents. God bless that man. puts me right to sleep whenever I'm having a hard time. The sound of the brushes and the combination of him talking, super awesome. It's like ideal peak meditation. Some people fall asleep to like the Weather Channel. I just throw up Bob Ross on my phone and call it a good. Let me know if there's any issues with like the audio too, just because I am still getting things adjusted. So like if things are too quiet or if there's like a discrepancy between like how my voice sounds over the music or anything. So I'm digging this one tonight. This is a pretty good song. I kind of like go with like electronica based stuff. I really like anything that kind of has like a cyberpunk vibe. Go figure, because I'm super into Shadowrun. That's why I'm really excited about CD Projekt Red's new game. It's going to be super hype. Also, I like the idea of running into Ciri with Easter eggs, because she did describe the game in the middle of The Witcher, so it's like, So that'll be cool if there's any of that going on. I can see it now. 5 Easter eggs you didn't know about The Witcher in Cyberpunk. 1. Ciri. She's at the coffee shop. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know about that. Did you know gaming presents Cyberpunk and Witcher? Something like that, yeah. That'll be interesting to see. But it's gonna be great. I like the idea that you can, of course, customize your character, pick stuff. That's always a huge selling point for me, because I'm a sucker for more of a role-playing aspect. Assassin's Creed came out of left field and kind of surprised me with their stuff too. So I might be picking up the new Assassin's Creed. And then BioWare dropping the ball, at least for me. I mean, it's going to be a clean game at the end of the day, hopefully, compared to Andromeda. But definitely, I think the most excited for is going to be Death Stranding, just because I'm super into Kojima games. Let's see, I kind of don't know what I want to do with the sword. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. I think I want it to be like ornate and non-functional, so that it'll upset Merrick, because he's super into swords having realistic looks, because he's a dirt farmer. Let's see, so tomorrow's my Friday, because of the way my work schedule works, so I'm super stoked about that. Mondays always go by really, really fast where I work at. I work in a call center, but it's inbound, thank God. I would never work in an outbound call center ever again. I did that once, and I was like, no. I went from doing an outbound call center doing 200 calls a day to an inbound call center where I do, on a busy day, I do like 45 calls. On my average day, I do about 25, 26. So over a 7-hour period, that's not bad. So I like it. It's good stuff. Money solid. Benefits even better. I'm at that point where I'm young enough to still want to dork around, but old enough where I'm like, I should think about 401k and taxes. Oh my God, cold calls. Hey, you want to buy this vacation home because you stayed at a hotel like for 2 nights 2 years ago and we have your data still? That's what that was. So that was always, please take my name off of this. And then there's the supervisor going, don't burn leads. Someone else might be able to sell it to him. I'm like, but he told me to take his name off. Well, he has to say it in the specific magic way. Otherwise, we don't have to. And I'm like, oh, okay. So if you're getting cold calls from companies, there's apparently a very specific magic way that you have to do it if you want to get your name off the list. Whatever that magic way is, I was never told. So, good luck. But seriously, you can actually report with between like the BBB and the FCC, or not the FCC, but there's a couple ways you can report getting spam through the government agencies. And of course, I always put myself on the do not call list every year on the government website. If it means anything or not, I'm not sure. I haven't gotten too many spam calls, but I tend not to throw my phone number out. And now that I work for the cable company, I get a free home phone, and I'm like, I don't even have a home phone. Where do you even buy home phones? What would I do with it? I don't even know my number. That's what a lot of people say too when I sell it to them. I'm like, I don't know, it's on the account. Because it comes with the bundles. I think that's going to be a little too short for you, Mr. Sword. And you look crooked. Still. Press 9. Oh my God. There's a little teeny tiny box at the bottom of this email where you can click it and we'll stop emailing you. But if you're on your phone, you can't see it because it's in gray text on a white background. Actually, I got a phone call one time from a loan company asking if I wanted a loan because I had Google searched it and clicked the website, but I didn't even put my information in it at all. I was just kind of looking at it. So I'm like, how the heck did they get that? Because I didn't even put anything in, and I didn't hit like accept or anything because I use Opera on my phone browser. Yeah, rip me. Thankfully, I haven't gotten a call back, so knock on some wood or something on that. Yeah, Facebook probably most likely definitely sold it. I think I was reading an article talking about how Facebook uses your microphone, so you'll get ads based off of like your conversations, and I'm like, oh, that's really creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like modern day Big Brother. Okay, I'm gonna have to just adjust you, Mr. Sword, then. A reality show out of Facebook. Isn't that what's happening anyways? Watching Mark Zuckerberg with his reptile skin up on in Washington, D.C. I love the bad lip syncing video of him with that. Whoopsie doodle. I remember getting on my Facebook the other day actually, and it actually gave me like a survey, and I was like, okay, I'll buy your survey, sir. And it was like, please tell us how you feel about political ads on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really get any because I don't follow anything political intentionally on my Facebook. I just kind of look at pictures of cats and talk to my mom. No, I have not seen the most recent one. What am I missing out on? What gloriousness. It's a shorty. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to go to look after this. Let's see. So we're about 42 minutes into the stream. Oh god, Trump in North Korea. That's gonna be hilarious. No matter where you are at in the political spectrum. Ugh, triggered spectrum. But yeah. It will be interesting to see what happens with that too in the coming of years. Slow burn on that. Not to get super political. That's like my coworker is always trying to talk to me about their politics, and I'm like, I really don't want to know where you are politically because I have to sit next to you every day. So I'd rather just assume, you know, that we're here for work and that you're an okay person because you don't smack Cheetos while I'm on the phone. Oh my god, yes. My rule of thumb is I don't talk about how you raise your kids, religion, or politics to people that I want to stay cordial with. Now, if you come into my home, that means I probably put some sort of trust into you, and I've already gotten a feel. So then it's a different game. But while I'm at work, those are the 3 taboos: politics, children, religion. That's like my coworker. She's like, you should add me on Facebook. We're probably politically the same. And I'm like, I really don't think so. And I did, because I'm stupid. And she kept harassing me about it. And I have her, you know how you can mute people and have custom lists where they only see certain things you post. And of course I was right. We're very different that way. I still respect her as a human being, but definitely not gonna let her know my opinions on stuff. I'd rather just still enjoy us being able to make fart jokes with each other. She's pretty cool. Like, she had this really amazing poster that she bought off of Wish, where it was like this tree of life deal with all like these rainbow trees, and if you looked closer, it was actually bodies of like tastefully naked women. Like, there was no like nipples or anything, but it was like curvature of breasts and hips and stuff like that. So she had that up for almost a month, and then I guess HR walked a little too close to her desk, or somebody complained about it, and she had to take it down because we get our own little cubicles. It's very office space that way. They're not terribly small cubicles. They're about, I don't know, like 5 by 3. So it's a double monitor setup kind of deal on the desks. It's better than what I had before, where it was just like a 3 by 2 little desk space, and you had to fend for yourself and try to find a spot. And good luck, Charlie, if you came in during the late shift. So that was actually one of the big reasons why I went to this call center, was because assigned seating with your own desk. Super real corporate job. All I need is a tie. I could be feeling super fancy in no time. And since it's already been, some flyers have already been released about it, I can talk about it a little bit, but we'll be selling cell phones here soon. That's gonna be crazy. Ties, bow ties. There's so much bow ties. I don't know how I feel about bow ties. Bow ties only if they're solid colors. Otherwise, then they're more casual if they're pattern or multicolored. This song kind of has like some doom vibes to it. I feel like I should be going at full speed running around in hallways. Let's see. There we go. Good enough. No, not good enough. Gonna redo it. Put the stabilizer up higher. Oh, this song's gonna get skipped. There we go. They're just some sort of like generic pop songs that I'm just can't do it. Sounds too much like a Katy Perry song. It's storming real bad here too, so if the stream is interrupted for any reason, it's because, well, the storm decided. But yep, I'm in Tampa, so it always sounds way worse than it is. Can set your clock to the rain here, though. I love it, except for when I have to drive in it. Driving in it less so much, but it's like that thick, heavy rain that just kind of coats you. You can go out and have a shower in it or something. And it's not cold, so. Oh, you did? Where'd you go to? If you don't mind telling. Oh, Kansas, right on. I actually used to live in Kansas. It was one of my dad's duty assignments. We did that for 3 years. Fort Riley, yep. Highest teen pregnancy of the state. Right there next to a training base. Go figure. Oh, KSU is a nice campus. Oh yeah, what you going to grad school for? Agriculture? I know that's a big degree they have there. Not to assume, but oh, chemical engineering, that's cool. One of the D&D guys I like to watch on YouTube actually just graduated with his chemical engineering degree. His name's Puffin Forest. He's a pretty funny guy. He has some funny stories about his interviews for his jobs post graduation actually, so you should give those a look. He talks about like different machines and the stuff he's worked on and how he got the job. So for something that he was definitely not qualified for, which sounds like most scientific field jobs. Bullshit it till you make it. It would have been his undergrad job. Oh yeah, this is gonna definitely depend a lot on my coloring because I lost a lot of line value. I'm trying to slowly pull away from heavier lines and have more lighter lines and depend on my coloring and shading. But old habits are really hard to dye because I really like thick, flowy lines. But in the long run, it's going to be better. Because the problem with thick lines is as you shrink it, it just becomes a ball of black lines. So one of the ways I've been pulling away from it is by making the lines colored and adding to the shade tone. So that's been working out pretty good. So while I'm putting like line details in here, they're actually going to go on a clipping layer once I start the coloring process. And then the clipping layer will have like the tone that I want it to have. And that's my excuse for just having heavy lines. Music was something I wish I got more into. When I was in middle school, actually, I played percussion. And then I did a little bit of drum corps in high school. But then after that, I was just like, I am done. Being in the drummer section was kind of a boys' club at the high school I went to. So they're like, oh, you're a chick, you should play the bells. And I'm like, I don't want to learn musical instruments like that. I just want to hit the drum at the pace that we're supposed to hit it. Hey, thanks so much, Chaos Rivi, for the stream. I hope it went really well. Hi, guys. Welcome to my stream. This is an art stream today. We're just doing sketches and stuff. I'm taking requests for free emojis. Yay, little hearts and loves. So if you want to hit a follow, you can make a request for an emoji. I can make it the size that is usable for both Discord as well as here on Twitch. Like if you're an up and coming streamer, I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys tonight. I'm just currently working on like some warm up sketches for my own until any requests pop up. One emoji takes me about 45 minutes from start to complete. So if that gives you a time frame for that. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm doing very well. It's thundering over here, which I'm loving. But hopefully the weather will hold out for the computer. Yes, expose. Oh my gosh. Lewd. So lewd. But yes. I'm just working on more of the Demonette series, which is kind of like the iconography stuff I already use here. I've already done like 3 pictures in the series. It's just like kind of like this ongoing expressive series that I do every year. But so if you guys have anything that you'd like to see, though, I can go ahead and get that going. I like to do it as sort of a warm-up, just because it's familiar and I can do it quickly. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, ich vergesse viele. Probably butchered that really bad. Only took like 2.5 years of German in high school and college. And then just because I never really used it afterwards. Oh, thank you so much, Ruby. I remember when I was working at a coffee shop in a hotel, we would actually get a lot of business class from Europe. So like they would tell me like how they would want their coffee, and they would like forget like English words like black with cream or no sugar or light cream and stuff like that. So I would be able to walk through that with them and help them, and they were always really impressed because I mean, most people in America, when they pick up a second language, if they do at all, they're going to probably pick up either something romantic because they're self-serving with, like, I don't know, like French, or they're going to pick up Spanish because it's really useful, or they come from a Spanish-speaking household already, which is actually my goal. I would like to be conversational Spanish by next year, just because, especially living here in Florida, super useful. So if you're in high school or college and you're thinking about picking up a language, Spanish is where it's at, because it allows you to, it's like a gateway language for the other romantic languages. You could pick up Portuguese, you could pick up like maybe a little bit of French, you could pick up Castile, you pick up the different dialects of Spanish. Super useful. Sí, señorita. My coworkers, where I work at, I'm like right next to the bilinguals. So of course they're bilingual, so they're always constantly like harassing me, trying to get me to speak Spanish with them. And one of them, she's like, I'm gonna get you to speak Spanish here soon. You're gonna learn it whether you like it or not. And I'm like, you're crazy. But she's probably like one of my favorite coworkers. Too heavy. Maybe I should just make the lines smaller so it'll teach me, keep me out of that bad habit with heavy lines. But I want it to be heavy. No. Still too heavy. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Not too heavy. Not too thin. I don't even want to try to pronounce that. Anisha B. Moen. I probably butchered that really bad. I do apologize. Oh hey, thanks for the follow, Crass of Nod. Welcome to the channel. We're just chilling out tonight doing a little art. It's my free Moji Sunday, if you can see in the title description. So if you want to go ahead and make a request for emoji, go ahead and pop one in. I'd be more than happy to get working on it. It only takes me about 45 minutes from start to finish. Oh, that's really cool, Tinkin. Hope your night's going well. It's Sunday night, so I know for some people it's the start of your week. It's getting close to the end of mine, so I'm super stoked about that. Monday's my Friday, essentially, so everyone's like, I hate Mondays, and I'm like, I love Mondays. Oh, one of your minions, okay. Oh, that's good. Well, anybody of Rivi's stream is welcomed here. So. I'm not going to try to butcher that either. Potawatomi. Ooh, Mage Blade. See, I need to get off my lazy butt and actually level something. I was playing Stamsorg last night with Derpy, who is another streamer in ESO community. She's super sweet. She plays a pet Sork and does BGs mostly. So we were running around with her, Wally, and her other friend doing BGs. It was super fun. Wally is this crazy Dragonite werewolf who destroys face very much. And then her other friend was like playing like a Templar healer hybrid thing. And then there was me sloading it up, being super scrubtacular in sloads and shrill sticks. I have only recently gotten into PvP because of Battlegrounds, to be honest. Just because when I used to PvP was a lot in Star Wars, as well as a lot in Warcraft. And I really like the small arena-based objective style PvP. That's why I got really big into Overwatch. Yeah, I used to play SWTOR a lot. Yes, I played a Sage. So I would stun bubble, so nobody loved me. As some PvPers would say, it was super toxic. You throw up a bubble shield, and if people hit you and it breaks, it would flash in a brilliant light and stun people. So I did that a lot. Played like this balance hybrid thing, and then they nerfed that. So I was like, okay, I'll take a break and play Smuggler. Yeah, that was kind of like how it was with me and Juno. She would play a trooper, and I would play a sage, and we would just turtle up on points and destroy things. Overwatch is nice. I haven't played it since the release of... Who was it? It's been a while just because my computer's been in storage and I haven't been able to play for over a year. So since Anna came out, that was the last time I was able to play, to be honest. So I need to blow the dust off on it and actually get into some games here. Probably might do that later this week. Yeah, because I want to check out Brigitte. I heard she's super fun. My brother plays her on Xbox. So... Now, you don't have to pay for them like other games, right? Yeah, Moira looks like A, she looks like somebody I would date, and B, looks like a play style I would definitely get into. So that's definitely something I want to check out. I like the hybrid sort of shadow healer. Oh, that's really good that you don't have to buy heroes. Because that's the reason why I got out of League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm. I just don't like... Okay. Warhammer Online was super fun. I played that for a hot minute till it went bye-bye. Love me some chaos. I'm all about Slaanesh. That's my life. Let's see. We should probably save this. I have not saved this entire time, so I'm probably jinxing myself somehow. Okay. I will probably color this later, just because I feel like the coloring process requires a lot more focus, so I can't chat and color as well as I would like to. So let's go ahead and get something new. So if you guys want anything, here's a blank canvas. Otherwise, we're gonna start some sketching. Turn the stabilizer down a little bit. And my pencil pen. One of the reasons why I really love Sai is you can customize the look and the feel of the brushes. Oops, that explains a lot. Didn't make a layer. So you could make, so this is a pencil pen that I got off of a Tumblr. And I like it because it has like that crunchy sort of texture that you would expect a pencil to have. Sai is great. It does miss out on some things, so I kind of use both Sai and Photoshop together. So I'll get the sketch going, inked up, and lined out and colored in Sai, and then I'll turn it into whatever graphic means that I want to in Photoshop, because there are just some things that you can't do in one or the other. Why, at least with the current type of Photoshop I have, I will eventually be a big kid and buy real Photoshop, but right now all I have is Elements. So, which it works. So let's do a hype mode, because people really like that. Anybody get anything good out of the loot boxes? I got some codes, but I didn't see the boxes pop in my inventory for ESO with the stream drops. Yeah, they are. You know what? If I got them out, I probably would not really care. Just because I really don't like the look of it. The shadowy cat. First of all, no offense to anybody who likes the cinches. I don't. They look, I don't know. There's just something I can't put my finger on with the aesthetic of it. Most of the mounts I like the newer horses. I don't like the older horses. I really love the guar. I adore the oxnix because it's super creepy. It looks like a giant tick with long legs. I like how it articulates its little leggies. But that's just me. I wish I got the white gold tower horse, but I did not have the extra $40 for a digital pony. Well, I couldn't justify it. So many leggies. And the Kagooties. I remember when the first Kagootie came out, I really, really wanted it for my Ashlander weeaboo. AKA he's Housemer and he thinks he's an Ashlander now. I guess that would be an Ashaboo. What would a Ashlander weeaboo be called? I don't know. Ashiboo. Ashitaka. I have been recording the new Fooly Cooly, speaking of Ashitaka and anime. I have it on my DVR. I just need to sit down and actually watch it. I remember high school days, that's when that stuff started. So I just have the attention span of a gnat. So what will probably happen is Juno will watch it, she will tell me what happens in it, and I'll go, huh, that's really cool. Because that's how bad I am at watching stuff. But then I'll turn around and be like, I feel like a 4-hour movie. Let's do a 4-hour movie. It's either all or nothing. Today at work, they were doing a Star Wars marathon on one of the TVs. So I'm like, I am down with this. This totally beats dealing with a customer yelling at me over the phone. So it was super cool. I'm like, Han Solo, Princess Leia. What do you mean you don't want to buy my triple play gold package for $260? It's okay, Star Wars is on, I'm not upset. I'm not very good at letter font art, so this might quickly turn into a proof of concept, and I might just download a font, or I might use it. I don't know just yet. I could probably live with it, depending on how I highlight it. I will freely admit it. Letters are evil. But I can do them sometimes. And I will take on the challenge. Because how else do you grow as an artist if you don't push yourself? Art's about being just slightly uncomfortable. So funny story, this is actually my second Twitch channel. My very first Twitch channel was actually hacked back during when I was playing WildStar. Because there wasn't things like Rabbit TV or anything, so me and the WildStar guild that we had at the time, we would just watch movies on Twitch together so that we could use the chat room and dork around in it. And then all of a sudden this rando comes in and he's like, hey, you have really good stats. And I'm like, thanks. And then like 3 weeks later, my channel's hacked. And then a week after that, it turns into like this whole branded thing. I'm like, that's my @name I use literally in every single video game. And this guy comes in and he hijacks it. So I'm just like, well, goes to show me, I guess. Lesson of the story is make your passwords more complicated. But I think Twitch has had a lot more security updates than so. Ooh. Yeah, WildStar. Oof. Owie. Wav. I did that for longer than what most people did WildStar for. Just because the roleplay community was the only reason I kept logging in. Because I am super casual in roleplay. Yep. Mine are about that too, so I usually go, forget password. At least I'll remember my email password. And then I forget my email password. And then I'm like, at least I'll have my cell phone number forever. Soon cell phone numbers are going to be tied to people just like social security numbers at this rate or something. Disposable social security numbers for password login retrieval. I think what bothers me is the amount of websites that hold on to credit card information that you just kind of forget and fire. Like the other day, I was driving home and I was like, hey, Juno, why don't you order something from Bite Squad? And I was like, I'll get my credit card out while I'm in traffic because I'm at a red light. And then she's like, oh, well, your credit card's already saved. And I'm like, I don't remember saying I wanted it saved, but I guess that's good. But still. Bite Squad's pretty cool service, actually. It's only like $2 a delivery, or you can do like Bite Squad Unlimited, where it's like $4. So basically, if you do more than 2 deliveries a month, it pays for itself. It's like Uber Eats, but we don't have Uber Eats in the area. So we just gotta use what we kind of have. And then there's Instant Cart, where you can order groceries. But honestly, since I have Amazon Prime, I just use Prime Now. It was super cool. I ordered cat food, cat litter, and toilet paper because I forgot to get those when I was at Aldi. And then all of a sudden, it came like that day, and I was like, this is super cool. No wonder people could be like home all the time and get the groceries delivered. And if I lived in a busier metro, that would be super good. But where I live kind of in the country part of Tampa. So I have no excuse to not go to a grocery store other than sheer laziness. And sometimes, damn it, I want to be lazy. I deserve it. I work a 50-hour week job. In fact, my boss sent an email on Saturday saying, hey, we're going to do mandatory 1 hour overtime every day this week because we're training for cell phones. And I'm like, I didn't even get a notification saying I was training for the cell phone, which means I'm on the B team for it, which is fine because I don't want to deal with that. Selling a cell phone over the phone sounds ridiculously sketch, because then it just turns into this, well, I don't know what phone I want. I don't know what it looks like. What colors does it come in? What specs does it have? Can I get an installment plan? Are you going to run my credit? You know, the normal things that people do at a cell phone store or when they go online and shop for a cell phone. So I'm thinking in my head, who calls a company to buy their cell phone? Unless it's like, back when I worked for AT&T, the only time I got calls for phones that I didn't initiate the sell for, it was for the pre-order for whatever iPhone, whatever it was, or iPhone something, or if, like the big top ones, like Samsung, Galaxy, whatever kind of thing. People would ask those by name, and that's about it, because they know the brand, they know what they're getting. Whereas like the phones that you have to sell that give you the spiffs, they're like mom and pop little do nothing phones that cost $30 in materials and probably last for about 1.5 years before it starts really coming out on you. But I mean, most technology these days is made that way, it feels like. I don't know. Except for in some cases, like Juno's getting her new computer through Main Gear. Her last computer lasted her for about 8 years, like closer to 6 years. And it could probably still last another 2 more years, in my opinion, because we've kept up with its RAM and graphics cards. But Main Gear is super solid machines for the price and the quality of the technology that you're getting out of it. And what I really like it about is that their customer service is solid, as well as they have no bloatware. So you get a clean machine that comes in with what you want on it. So Main Gear, if you're listening, sponsor me. I'll sell your machines because I love them. Plus they do installments. Like, you can get a fairly decent machine for about 1.2K. And we're talking like bleeding edge technology. We're not talking like the Dell you bought at Walmart. This is a machine that you can play video games on. So we're about 1 hour and 25 into the stream. I'll be going on for another 30 minutes. So if you guys want an emoji before then, do feel free to pop and ask in the chat. I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys before the stream ends. And it would be done by tonight. I'm right now just working on one for my Discord server, which if you want an invite to my Discord server, do go ahead and let me know. I will have a bot that will do Discord server links next time. I just haven't had time to set up the Nightbot yet. Otherwise, there is a Discord server link in the channel description. There's also a couple other communities that I support too for streaming. Ooh, that was not a good idea. What happened to everything? Oh, that was scary. Thought I lost all my lines. Anyways, but yeah, so there's I Need Diverse Games, which is super cool. Like an indie community who support like diversity in games. There's also Small Streamers down over there, which supports new upstarting streamer channels for whatever variety, not limited to any types. They have a great creative section. So if you stream creative, or if you stream a little bit of creative like me, you can get in touch with the team there, and they can give you access to that as you progress through the community. So it does have like a leveling system in order to get tags for different things, but I feel like that's just a way to show that you're interested in supporting the community and your fellow streamers in the small streamer community, which is super cool. There's also various other ESO streamers, and I'm in a few of their discords. I'm in Kevdowitz, Derpies, Tater King, he's pretty cool. Ninja614, super great guy. If you haven't given him a follow, do that. Naya, great for Cyrodiil PvP. Super knows her stuff. If you ever want to get into PvP, she's definitely the person you want to talk to. So, and then anything else, I'm just in roleplay servers. My dirty secret, lots and lots of roleplay. Which, despite as much as I say I roleplay, I maybe like roleplay like 3 times a night. Oh, hold on, I need to get that. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. That was just my timer. I forget I have a timer to drink water. Because I would forget to do that like a lot. On the planet I come from, we don't really drink water. We just kind of exist. But since I'm borrowing some human skin, I guess I have to drink it every now and then. At work, if you get off your desk too many times, they're like, you're doing call avoidance. Do we need to have a discussion? Let's pull up your productivity metrics. Shows here you're only at 99%. We expect all employees to be 100%. But that's just me. Pull some colors because I don't feel like trying to guess. And I like consistency in all things. So usually what I do for coloring is it's very loose and simple. I do like 2 layers, and if I feel like it needs more texture or highlight, I'll go back over with like a 3rd layer. But for the most part I do base color, shadow, boom. Especially with something like an emoji, it's going to be super small. So the more detail you have in it, the more you're going to lose, in my opinion. The best emojis are very simple. I can't remember her name. She was a streamer I just started following. Let me see if I can pull her up, because her emojis are actually on point. Let me see. They're actually a really good example of what good emojis should look like. Let me see. Can you pull up like everyone you follow? I think it only shows who's online. Let's see. Oh, Mixie Girl. So Mixie Girl's emojis are super cute. They're very simple and they're a good size. The kind of coloring style that Mixie Girl's emoji uses is like a gradient style, so it kind of focuses the color center, so it has like that bubble look, and that works really, really well. Like if you look at the emojis here in Twitch, like the mask smiley face ones, they're kind of like that because they're very simple in color, but they add like a depth to it. I'm using a lot of hand gestures, which you can't see because I don't have a camera, but depth is something that makes an emoji pop really well. But you could go the route like Discord and Google does with their emojis, and you rely on tone, and it's flat with no lines to trap it in. Um, so you could go either one of those two routes and have a very successful look with it. And in my opinion, both are really popular. I feel like the Discord lineless look is going to be the brand standard as we progress artistically, because a lot of companies are going with it. Yes, hand gestures are important. They help you talk better. Like when I'm selling, I'll get up and start pacing around my desk because my ball and chain, my headset cord is pretty short, but I requested for an extender because I kept choking myself. So, go figure, the more I move, the better I sell. So the company's like, whatever. But yeah, who else has good emojis? Ninja614's emojis are good. He's got a variety, so you could tell he's used a couple of artists. His newest ones, I think, are by Evian Fox, who I know loosely from when I was in the Wildstar community. She does really cute stuff. But those are really good. Let me go ahead and see if I can pop one in chat. Let's see. I'll show you here in a sec, because I do have those. The newest ones that he has are really solid, that Evian Fox did. So the Yay, and then if you look at Alcast's, he's got a couple that are like pictures of himself that he shrunk down, but I feel he's got a couple that are really solid because of the way they look at the size that they are. So that's one of the things that you need to think about. Does this look good really small? And I feel like there's a lot of texture and details that get lost. Like Kevduit used a fan art piece that I made for him. It doesn't look great as an emoji, but then you compare it to like the little emoji heart eyes ones that he got done, and they look really good. Then you have T's over here, T the Khajiit. That's a really good one because it looks good small. You can tell it's a Khajiit or a cat person with a hood. It has not, it's probably a lot more complicated with the shading because you can see gradient, tone, it has a focus, but it's not crazy. And you can recognize it off the bat what it is. So those are some ways that you can look at emojis to get a better looking emoji. Yeah, T's was definitely worth getting it. That was, I went a little crazy and like subscribed to like a whole bunch of people, and then I subscribed to this one guy in the Elder Scrolls Legends community, because I kind of play that super casually, but I loved his emote, so I was like, is this what I'm becoming, paying $5 so I can have an emote? So this is what happens when you work a commission-based job and you do really good and you're just like, I have stupid money. So I've restricted myself. For example, I'm only going to buy stuff from the Steam summer sale because I buy Steam gift card. So once that gift card's used up, I'm done. I haven't seen anything I wanted to jump on just yet. Juno already blew hers, so go figure. I'm really honestly just waiting for something on my wish list, because what I'll do is I'll open up my wish list and see what's on sale. Because usually I'm pretty good about adding things to my wish list that I actually want to play. I just pruned a whole bunch too that I took off, because sometimes I'll put something on my wish list that I want to give Juno, and then I'll wake up and then she magically has it, because she's like that. I don't know how she does it. I guess she She's sending pictures that I don't know. We have to check. But um a lot of the stuff though, I'm very excited about the Steam Summer Sale in general, just because I definitely want to get something that I can just chill with. But I'm not into like survival games, so I'm thinking Hollow Knight. But that's on sale on Humble Bundle a lot for like super, super cheap. So let's see. Did I have any tones on these? No, I didn't. So I'm just gonna open Moji. We'll do Moji. No, that's bad. There we go. Ta-da. So this is actually kind of an example of a sort of bad emoji in my opinion, because as it gets smaller, those thick black lines are going to only get bigger. I might go back and readdress it to try to make it, I don't know, a little cleaner looking. And that's an issue with me personally, I feel, about with my art as I progress my art in a direction where my lines need to get tighter and thinner. Now that I have a larger tablet, it will be easier to do that with, however. A lot of my older pieces, I was doing on a tablet the size of like a 3x5 card. So I'm on this one that's a 12x8 surface. It's the Huon Pro. I love it. It does a lot of things that I like. It has hotkeys on the side so I can drag, adjust the size of my brush, quick between a pen or eraser, undo and zoom in and out with the press of a button. So definitely, I'm not using my mouse and keyboard as much as I used to. So I've gotten faster at doing my art, because a lot of the times when I was doing pieces before, I was having to shift between mouse, keyboard, click, click. But now I have, because I'm learning and using my hotkeys better, things are going faster. And that's just because the tablet I used to have was a Wacom Bamboo. And it was, I would say it's a very solid piece. I gave it to Juno, so because she uses Photoshop to do work for tabletops as well as for guild graphics. But so it works great for her, but for like someone like me who wants something with precision, I wanted to actually doodle and stuff like that. I want something that responds to my pressure. That it wasn't as great. The pressure response on it was kind of meh at best. So going from something that had no sensitivity to complete sensitivity was interesting. I had to adjust that very quickly. Let's see. So I'm thinking, because of how small this is going to be, I'm not going to do as much shade tone to it. I'm just going to go around, do some line work, and what I might do is a clipping layer effect and see how that looks. And if not, I can just take the clipping layer off and go back to just black lines. See what I like. Do I want to emulate the lineless look that companies are using, or do I want to have a lined approach? So we will see. We get to experiment. Go in speed mode with this because we have about 15 minutes or so. I could probably get that done very easily with where we're at in the process. Let's see. For those of you tuning in, go ahead and throw up your favorite emoji that you have here on Twitch. Show me what you like. What's your favorite? Tell me why it's your favorite. I definitely want to see what people are attracted to, just because it's an interesting, because it's aesthetic at the end of the day. So go ahead, throw up some emojis, and let me know why you like it. Because it's always interesting. I know people go for it for lulz, memes, or because it looks cute. You know, people want different things. Show me your moves. Show me what you got. It's just making me think of Captain Falcon, which makes me excited for Super Smash Brothers. Probably the only reason why I would be getting a Switch here soon. Despite how good Mario Odyssey looks. Anybody in the US have any exciting plans for the 4th of July? I know that's a day off for some folks. Oh yes, I love the footies. Yeah, and again, if you look at the footies, they went with that lineless look. Because he has dark purple and gray for his lines, and he's colored in with an off purple. So I'm thinking that's going to be the way to go, just because it looks so much better when it's smaller, because it draws the eye to assume the tone, as they call it. So assuming the tone is the goal. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I think that's going to look the best, which means I'm going to have to redo all the other ones. Oh well. So hopefully I saved those as files that I can edit. If not, that's art. Oh, hey, that's great. I did that on all one layer. That's a huge no-no. Glad I like how it looks. So... you know you're tired when you forget to add layers. That's something that when I was drawing the hype lines around his head, I should have taken more advantage of, was the fact that I could have done the lines on another layer to give it a cleaner look. But I'm going to rely on the fact that this is going to be colored with tone instead of relying on black. So hopefully that gives it a cleaner look here when I'm finished. So remember, lines are your friends and your enemy. But don't be afraid of layers. You can never have too many layers in an art piece. I once had 5 layers for just 2 eyes, because I wanted to have like a lot of texture and to be able to play with the tone of the texture. It was for a Sith pureblood, so they have super cool glowy yellowy murder eyes. I just can't fill in the lines today. What am I missing? simply connect the dots with the pen. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to just manually do it. The dreaded gap. It's out there somewhere. Maybe I got it now. Yes, good. I'm gonna fill that in too, just because it's gonna get lost in translation anyways. Okay. And what to do with these hype lines? Well, class, you always go with opposites. So we're gonna go with like a blood orange. So we're gonna do this with the binary and do it much bigger. I'd rather go back and erase it than sit there and be tedious. There we go. Look how nice that pops against that turquoise. It's like a gray turquoise. I guess it's like a dusky turquoise, I guess is what you would describe it as. But it needs like a nice hot color because everything else is a cold color between the gray and the... Now, I'm not sure what color to do the lettering in though, because if I go opposite of red, so like the greens, it's gonna blend, so I might do another hot color. So I might do an adjacent like purple or green. No, green would be too close to the turquoise, so colors are hard, but I love them. I might just go with red, stick with red. I think that's what's going to be best. So we'll do that if we do it at all. And that's my cat. So since we moved, we got 2 or 3 new pieces of furniture, which means there's lots of boxes in the house. So my cat has been enjoying having access to the fort of boxes, which means being a jerk. Hopefully, however, he hasn't discovered the aquaponics, because I have a 5-gallon aquaponics tank that I grow herbs in. They're all cat safe, but I would rather he not eat my cooking herbs. Just because I want to use those for me. I feed him wet food, I give him treats, I give him cool cat toys that look like little balls of sushi. He cannot eat my herbs. I'm digging this song. Super chill. Might turn it up if you guys don't mind. We're winding down here. Almost done for the night. Anybody have any questions about what we've done so far? We haven't really done a lot of emojis. We talked a lot about emojis, and we worked on one emoji. We talked about what emojis, like the styles they are. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a overglorified hieroglyphic. It has a meaning, And it should be an accessible meaning for it to truly be good, but the big question is, who's it for? Is it for yourself? Is it for a group of people who played a video game? I know, for example, on one of my Discord servers, we have a Todd Howard and a Shrek emoji. Now, my parents wouldn't get that, but people of the internet would find that hilarious. And to be honest, the Todd Howard emoji is probably my favorite one right now. But day's coming to an end. Monday's just around the corner. For some of you, it's the start of the week. I hope that's going to be a good week. It's the summer, so we're between seasons. Maybe you're between classes, or you're out of school. Whichever it is, you know, it's gonna be okay. I made it past that. I can tell you as someone on the other side, it's definitely okay. It only sucks for a little bit. And then you can look back on it and be like, it didn't suck as much. But in the moment, it might feel like it sucks more than it should. And that's okay to feel that. I just want to let you know Mondays are the best because they started off the tone. So you should definitely allow yourself to focus on the tone that you're going to set for yourself the week. Don't be afraid to set some goals that you didn't think about that you could do. But don't make them hard goals. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get to them. Just be like, this week I want to make sure I work on a budget, or I want to do something new. You know, little goals. Makes you feel productive. And then you can say, hey, I did something this week. Like, I'm going to have little goals. My little goals this week are going to be to do some more art for myself, not just for the sake of something else, or work on more personal projects. I want to, that's my big one. And then I also want to keep up the dishes this week because I need to pick up after myself. I'm an adult. I should do that. I shouldn't be relying on you to do the dishes all the time. So those are my goals this week. So if you guys have any goals you want to share, that'd be cool. Maybe we can come back on Sunday, see what we did. Maybe have some good news about that. Say, hey, that was really cool. It worked out really well for me. I met my goals, or hey, I didn't meet my goals, but I did this, and that worked out well for me. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't make the goals a point to hurt yourself. It should be a compass to guide yourself into something that you want to do or that you need to do. It could be like, I want to write more, so I'm setting myself to write X amount of time or X amount of words, or I want to take responsibility for myself, so I'm going to study one thing that can help me achieve my goals that I want to do after school, or I want to know more about what's happening in the world. So I'm going to watch the news or compare different news outlets. You know, those are all things that you can achieve yourself to because they are goals. They're tangible, definable. But then you can have undefinable goals like I want to feel happier. And then you can spend the week figuring out what that means for you. And that would be a good goal too, because that would give you the opportunity to have some self-reflection and be able to figure out what that means for you. I hope whatever you pick though this week, if you pick it all, that it works out well for you. And I definitely would be interested in hearing about what you did, because I'd be super stoked if it helped out. So definitely let me know if you come up with anything. It doesn't even have to be tonight. Maybe you can stew on it, think about it over the next few days. Maybe you won't come up till Wednesday. Be like, hey, I came up with this. So by next Wednesday, I want to have that done. And that'd be cool. I'd love to hear about that too. So you can definitely tell me about that. Micromanagement is a good and bad thing. Micromanagement of the self is a way to measure and benchmark yourself. You know, we all grow in different ways. So you should definitely celebrate what you have grown in. You can say, this year I'm not where I wanted to be, but this is what I've done already. It's gonna be July here. We're a little over the halfway mark now. So maybe January you were thinking, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and you haven't gotten there. But you know what? I'm pretty sure you definitely have taken some steps, and you've definitely had some positive changes happen because you thought of that. And for that, I'm really happy. You should definitely think of it that way. Celebrate every step you've made and every improvement you've made going towards that ultimate goal you've made for yourself. You shouldn't feel like you didn't make it anywhere, that you didn't achieve something just because you aren't the picture perfect of what somebody tells you should be. There's many paths, many different routes people can take. Not everything is the same for everyone. There's no what they said, this is the only right way. What's right is what's right for you. So at the end of the day, figure that out first. Take your time with it. I still don't even know what's great for me. I know what I like, but I'm still going on this journey too. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. But you're not alone. So never feel like you are. Definitely enjoy it. Reach out. Don't be afraid. If you got a close friend that you can confide in, you should definitely feel blessed. That's a tool and an edge that very few people have. And if you can be your authentic self and be able to be that with somebody, you're definitely a lucky person. So, sorry about the music. This is a little out of hand. So I'm going to do that instead. So, sorry about that. Anyways. Oh, I'm so sorry, Crassum Nod. I just saw my Discord. If you want to go ahead and give me your picture ideas, though, I will definitely work on it, and it will be the first priority I do on next Sunday's stream. I'm so very sorry. If you're still listening, I'll get in touch with you. cell dweller. But yeah. So very sorry. I usually don't pay attention to Discord too much while I'm doing these, just because the notifications don't pop. And I'm very, very bad with multitasking like that. So I'm very, very sorry. So definitely send me your ideas, and it will be numero uno this coming up Sunday. So super stoked about that. I'm gonna finish this out, but then after that, the stream will be over. So you guys are welcome to stay and chit chat though. I'll probably, who do you guys want to host? That's the big question. Who should we go and host bomb after this, as I finish out these last bits of colors? Who's good to be hosted right now? Who's staying up late this Sunday night? I'll pull up Sue's on still, just because I don't know the late night crew too well. I know a lot of people got work in the morning, so let's pull up, see who's online. Who's still streaming at this hour? Alright, so we finished hype. I'll get that on my Discord tonight, so you guys can play around with it. But thanks for the stream. It was super great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next Sunday. I'll probably be doing a stream here Monday night. I'm going to be doing PvP. If Naya's around, I might follow her around on my baby stand blade. If she's not, then I'm going to do PGs. Just to play with my emotes. Yes, good. She might be playing Fallout though, so we'll see what's up. I'll figure it out. I'm pretty flexible. I don't have any particulars. If PvP isn't looking good, then I'll just do Elder Scrolls Legends, which is also super fun, and it has drops too. So the ESO weekend drops will be over. So Elder Scrolls Legends definitely might be on the agenda. So let's see who to host. Looks like Ninja Monkey's still on, so, or Naya's playing Fallout right now, so let's go host bomb her Escape from Slodes. Looks like some fun time with that. So thanks so much for coming over tonight, guys. I hope you guys have a really good night though.